It's Wednesday and I'm Rue. This week we are talking about coming out, which you will have seen if you've watched Robin and Alex's video. It's not the normal kind of coming out. It's kind of coming out to new people, and whether it gets easier or not, as well as whether we have a specific way of coming out, and other kind of things like that. So for me, coming out to people doesn't get easier. I mean, I have to do it a lot of times, but each time it's just as difficult as it was the first time. Especially with new people, because being trans, when I introduce myself, I say, "Hi, I'm Rue," and quite a few times people have said to me, "Oh, what's Rue short for?" And so I have to then explain that it's short for Ruben, and I use male pronouns. And then they look at me, and you can see it going through their head. "Oh, well, you've got a female body, you must be a girl." And I have to then explain the whole gender identity being different from your sex, and how my gender identity is a male and my sex is female, and therefore I don't match. And then the difficulty with that is, if you don't know the person, you therefore don't know their opinions towards the LGBTQ community, and you don't know whether you're going to be met with hostility or kindness. And so that's the main problem for me. As well as that, it's just, in general, coming out has always been something I've dreaded. Because, I'm 16, I'm in secondary school, doing sixth form, admittedly, but people are still not well educated. And so if I were to come out completely to the whole school, I would face probably some form of bullying, because for my year 11 prom, I was the only physically female person there to go in a waistcoat and a kind of suit. And someone came up to me and said, "So, hey, what bathroom do you use?" And they weren't asking nicely. So I guess after that, I've been slightly more afraid of coming out to people, because it's the only piece of hostility I've had, but it was horrible and I hated it. Our second question is, do you have a specific way to come out, or just go for it? And for me, I just go for it. I'm not the kind of person who will have a specific game plan. I'm incredibly disorganized. The only thing I do is I make sure that I know what I'm going to say and how I'm going to word it. And I mean, that varies from person to person, because it has to. And then our next question is, how long do you need to know someone before coming out? And for me, as I said, it's kind of a regular occurrence. So it doesn't matter. I could know them 3 years or 5 minutes, and sometime within that time it will probably come up, and I will have to come out. And I get social anxiety when I have to meet new people. I get incredibly panicked. Some people have seen it, and it's not nice. But generally, it's okay if I've known them for a long time, because before I came out as being demisexual and pan-romantic, I came out as being bi. Before, I realised that that wasn't the way it worked, because sexuality is fluid. But that kind of prepared me, because I know that I have friends who will support me and love me no matter what, and so that makes coming out to them so much easier. But in general, coming out has been pretty good. I've not really had many negative responses. I think the only real one was the person at prom, and even then I hadn't come out to them. They just kind of put two and two together, so to speak. I bet they're not watching this, but if they are, bro, you need to stop, because making jokes at people's expenses isn't funny, and it is incredibly hurtful, and you actually ruined prom for me, so thumbs up for you. So that's basically my way of dealing with coming out to new people. But I have a little point. If you're a UK citizen and you have Channel 4, yesterday there was a programme on called My Transsexual Summer. Basically, 7 transgender men and women were put into a house, and they help each other through transitioning, and they're all at different stages, and it's heartwarming. I sat there in tears, because it reminded me that I'm not alone, and that there are these phenomenal people who are letting the cameras in and allowing people to be informed about what it's like to be part of the trans community. So if you didn't see the first one, I'm sure it'll be on 4OD. I will put a link down here if I can find one. But if you saw it, I'm sure you'll agree it was amazing. So feel free to leave comments telling me what you thought of it. So for anyone who didn't see it, 4OD it, and then watch the next, I think it's 2. I think there's 3 of them, so they'll be on Tuesdays. So next week and the week after. So make sure you check them out or record them, because for me, I love them. I love you guys, and I will see you next Wednesday.